have so much extra value to them with multiple more items. Like, pod and swamp are huge now. And, checking out them Take Any caves. There are like 30 in the game that might hold some free heart containers, or could even be a required sword. I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, it could be. Basically, what they're trying to get with retro, as we see a quick pendant check, it's like there's a blue pendant, desert, 2 crystals. I think that might have been a 6 over Eastern. I'm not sure. Anyway, the reason what retro does to this game, it tries to make it more like Zelda 1, which is why you see the Zelda 1 sprite up on the top of your screen. So that's why you have to take Any's, so you can buy keys. The arrows, they're a little weird also. We'll get to that as we get a hammer from the uncle to start.
That's actually a really, really nice starting weapon. You don't even need a sword now, except for like routing purposes and being able to beat the game. But hammer is a great start. We could have got the bomb start. Imagine if we got the bow start. That would have been interesting.
Yeah. With the money. Let's see how that works in retro anyway. Anyway, a quick 8 bomb drops. I don't have to farm bombs either. One of the things with the bow and arrows in retro is, just like in Zelda 1, the arrows that you fire will cost you money. Unlike the 1 rupees that it is in Zelda 1, however, they cost 10 for an arrow shot.
10 for wooden and 50 for silver.
An arm and a leg for silver?
Yeah. Basically, like the price of a crystal, Or it's half the price of a single key that you can purchase. And I believe the prices were made that way because of the 4-digit rupee count that you can get in the game. And basically, there are certain situations where you can farm unlimited rupees.
Well, actually, it's more along the lines of the fact that you can buy arrows for 80 rupees in Zelda 1, and you can buy keys for 100 in Zelda 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about the price range compared to Zelda 1.
For the arrows. Yeah, I'm a moron. Don't listen to me.
It's okay, guys. He just woke up, It's been a long day.
Yeah. Well, no, just woke up. The opposite. Just about to fall asleep.
All right, wow. Standard start. So we got to go through escape, as usual. And that we did see both players get a nice 8 bomb drop right off the bat. And so they'll have that for the back section with the 3 chests back there. But yeah, I don't know. Routing a retro seed is so weird because once you get all the items you need, you got to think about rupees at all times, basically. And you can't really squander on like potions or even like buying bombs. You got to be careful. Also, another cool thing about it is there are free keys in chests along the way as well. So
like that one.
Like that one right there. But that is probably one of the ones that's required to actually get through this dungeon. So
yeah, you're going to have one.
There are keys in the game as well. So.
Yeah, the keys are not limited to the dungeons. They'll be out in the overworld, kind of like how Keysanity is, but you can use the keys anywhere.
Yeah, and as someone makes a good point in chat, another thing about rupees is the ability to go spend some rupees to check a thing like Zora, and then you can reset to get those $500 back, because $500 go a long way. And if this ends up being one of those, comes down to like silvers on Ganon, and you're short 200 rupees, you're going to be doing silverless Ganon.
You're going to see some interesting strats once these 2 runners get to, say, the Armorless Knights, where in most modes, like 99% of modes, you'll see them just use the bow on the Armorless Knights. It's the best way to kill them. However, if you're low on rupees or you want to preserve rupees, you might take that old boomerang out, or maybe start slashing the sword wildly to see what happens.
Yeah, it's also going to be important for these players to check all the different prize pack. Well, like the bush crabs and the tree poles. Could even see an early Houlihan from either of these players right as they finish Sanctuary. I would highly recommend it, just having that nice $225 to start the game.
Yeah, Houlihan strat is definitely very much worth it here in retro. Not only for, making sure you have the money for Kakariko, which you do in open mode more often than standard mode anyway, but for sure because of the limitations of the rupees and how more valuable they are in retro as opposed to other modes.
All right, coming up on the back section of Escape, we still have 3 more chests and then the chest in Sanctuary. We'll see if we get any sort of items that actually might lead us into a particular direction, but more than likely we're going to be seeing a Kakariko visit for both these players. But you never know. Sometimes people like to switch it up, save and quit, and go like South Shore first in case they can find like a bottle or the flute to make their trip to Kakariko a little bit more efficient. But we'll see what we got. We got a heart piece. We got $20. We got a heart container. Not the greatest. $20 is good though.
And a heart container is not bad.
Yeah, and like I was mentioning earlier, there are a plethora of take any caves, which there are a few on the way to Kakariko, such as the Lumberjack's house right in front of Lumberjack Cave. There's like a treasure chest minigame in Lost Woods that they could check. And there are times in the game where that is like your required logical first sword. So we'll see if that shows up. And kind of one of the like good / bad things about this mode is that you do tend to go a little bit out of your way to check in these extra locations and just kind of add some arbitrary time to the run overall, just trying to check these. I think it makes a little bit more sense in like an entrance shuffle than a standard, but as well as, you know, if you're comparing it to like Z1 Rando.
Yeah, so it looks like both our runners are going to be heading up towards the Lumberjack area, do a little tree pull, get a lot of nice red rupees there.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not sure which tier that is, though. I don't know how it works coming out of Sanctuary, but assuming they didn't take any damage, that would be the tier 3.
Here's CJP using the retro knowledge to jump into the Lumberjack house, and he gets a sword! Wow!
Already. He's so excited, he couldn't even pick it up right away. And we did get $300 in the Lumberjack Cave, so that is one thing. Well, we're going to have to beat Aga anyway, because it is all dungeons, but that's one thing we're not going to be... I might come back to that later. $300 is $300, especially in retro.
Now we got the sword from so early from the very first take any cave we see. We can actually skip most of the other ones because
yeah,
the main reason you check them is for that sword. The other 3 just have heart containers.
So you could pretty much just write them all off now. There's not like a second sword or anything. There's just the one take any with the sword, right?
Yeah, one sword and three or 4 have heart container or blue potion.
Well, that's like one half of the mode that we don't have to like even think or do anything with anymore. I mean, they might check a few along the way because, you know, an extra heart container is not too bad to have, but...
But imagine if that like if someone who's not new to retro does not know about that, imagine if that's the one sword you need to like go up Aga with the magic cape or to open up the back of Skull Woods to unlock the
right. But
luckily,
why would
both our runners to not forget, so they're on their way.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the fun part about this tournament is with there being so many different modes, you kind of have to study up on all of them so you know what you're doing. And being in top 32, I'm sure everyone here knows how to do every single mode, though missing out on some like minor logical differences and stuff like that. What do we got coming up in Blind's Hut? We got a blue pea, a red pea, a heart piece. Wow. That's not very exciting.
I just want to point out that the name Red Pea sounds a little weird. It sounds like what happens when we have to go to the doctor.
Jesus. You might need that mushroom for some antibiotics as well.
Yeah, probably.
Mushroom out of the way. If we find that Samaria, we could already get that fig powder in, which would be pretty neato. Very unlikely to happen, but it could be there. And that's the other thing with that early mushroom. When do you decide to route that in? Of course, there is that nice little fake flipper, that little portal south of Link's house. Oh wow, hookshot. Hold on, we got stuff coming up. Finally, we're getting...
What is this?
I know, right? Of course, we still need access to Death Mountain to really give that hookshot some value, but without the boots, it's something nice you can use to kind of, you know, move around. Oh wow, the bow. Okay, jeez.
I just want to point out all these heart containers. If this was expert, they'd have a lot more rupees right now.
Yeah, this is like they're pretty much good. Like this is about as many hearts as you really need, right? To play comfortably. Maybe like one more. 10 hearts is pretty comfy, in my opinion, especially in normal mode. Well, here's the thing with it being Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Both these players could immediately go just do Eastern in the dark. They don't. GP.
Nice throw, GP.
But trip over to Eastern would be that first, I believe, crystal out of the way. I think, yeah, as you said, there was a pendant over at Desert, I think.
And we still check the shops, because the shops are where you'll find those arrows so we can use the bow. We still can't use the bow even though we got it. We need to find the arrows or the silver arrows, though that can get expensive real quick.
Oh yeah, that is true. There's a subset of all the take any's, and then there's a subset of all the shops. And only some shops will have like the small key and the bow. So yeah, I mean, is it possible that you have to get to the Dark World to buy arrows? I wonder if that could be. Our container on the library, so not gonna have to worry about that. Gonna head down, check Maze Race.
And there's 3 that have been taken out of the pool. That's the weird part.
I know, there's so much health in this seed. And we got a big 20 and a save and quit from Dracarys.
That's 4 arrows. That's not. JP's smart. He's going straight forward now. He'll probably pick it up too.
I mean, I think it's like he's Sandy. You kind of just, unless you're coming from the south side up to Kakariko, you just kind of instantly go for Maze Race because there's a higher chance, I feel, of there being something useful.
Dracarys might be making that Houlihan play that you were mentioning earlier here.
I think it's a good play. And it's significantly easier when you don't have the flippers. Oh, come on, at least grab the $20. You put in the effort. What are you doing?
That's 4 arrows.
That's 4 monies. Now what Dracarys is doing is he's moving into this cave to kind of set up the camera. You don't actually need to do that anymore. You can just kind of walk up into that little lip that's up at the top where those flowers are, and it'll do just the same thing. It's a little bit of time save there. But should pop him into Houlihan. He's going to get $225, and he'll spit him out at Link's house, and then he'll probably go down the South Shore to follow JP. Ooh, nice glove. Well, that's a sequence break up Death Mountain. Or 1 item away from Dark World access.
Why is it the first thing you think about is sequence breaking? I mean, as soon as you get an item, it's like start sequence breaking.
Oh, it's the hook shot, man.
That's logical Zora access. That's a key.
If they didn't have the hook shot.
That's fair.
And there is our arrow purchase, as well as any small keys. Dracarys going to go ahead and pick up 1. Yeah, that's the only downside about it. I mean, I guess it's the same in Z1, right? You have to buy a key and then leave and come back in if you want to buy another one.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're gonna... How often do you have enough to buy multiple keys in Z1?
Not too often, because you're maxed out at 255.
Yeah. Alright, well, this is the Eastern Palace play, so I stand wildly corrected. No South Shore play for Dracarys. Let's see what he finds over here, while JP getting the boots out of Mini Moldorn Cave. Oh, baby.
And keys as well. Well, a big 20 and a piece of heart, so JP with a slight edge now with getting those boots. Going to be moving a lot faster than Dracarys will.
God, I would be so stoked getting boots right here, because I would immediately go over to Ice Star Cave and then enjoy one of my favorite minor glitches in the game, which is the water walk glitch that allows you to just kind of, as it says, as it's called, walk on water. To get around checking like Hobo and even Waterfall Cave without the flippers.
Unfortunately, you can't store the water walk, I don't think, without the Moon Pearl, so...
No, you
can't do everything. No, you could? Okay.
Yep. Oh my
geez,
gosh, wow.
Mitts.
Jeez, the mitts. Yeah, you can actually do the little dash right here. He's going to try and do it right now. He might bonk, which is fine. It still works. JP, please. Just move over to the right a little bit. You don't have to be that far. Okay. Never mind. He got confused. So yeah, basically what he's doing, you just dash along that wall there, and then for whatever reason, it puts you in this weird state where you can hop down and just walk on the water. And it's an easy way to be able to go actually dash into Waterfall Cave and check both items there, dash out and go up to Hobo, or go up to Zora. It also allows you to get the Zora ledge item without the flippers as well, because you can store Water Walk. But we're not going to see it, so I'm not going to go into it. But oh, jeez. And that's a super Death Mountain access right now.
It is also super Eastern in logic. So Dracarys going to complete his dungeon out of logic without boots or lamp. JP is now going to head straight over to King's Tomb. What if you seen a 15-minute King's Tomb?
It's not very often. Only find $20. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of Mitts for Dark World access, but he has Mitts and Hammer, so I'm a big fan of this. This is huge.
Yeah, all we need now is the Moon Pearl will have Dark World access, and now JP is going to set up his own pool of Hammer.
Yep. And Dracarys picking out Quake from Eastern Palace. Going to check this hint. We got.
Hey, we did say it was Zelda 1. It's retro, so it makes sense.
Very, very useful hint. Yeah, so in Key Sanity, like the entire dungeons, all the items are randomized amongst like the general pool. In Retro, it's all the non-dungeon items and small keys that are randomized. So you'll still find the map and compass and big key in each dungeon, but anything that would normally be a small key is going to be pulled from the general pool.
Yeah, which
so you gotta
a handful of dungeons, Eastern not being one.
Yeah, because Eastern doesn't have any small keys in the pool. It just has the one that you get from the Igor.
And one in this room.
And one in this room under the pot, yeah. But yeah, I like JP's decision to go ahead and just do Eastern, because I mean, there's a good chance Moon Pearl's going to be chilling over here anyway.
Yeah, it could be up on Death Mountain. Death Mountain is now in Nottingham. You can get all the way to the right side of that hook shot.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of Death Mountain to do. But I'm sure he's hoping he can find that Moon Pearl first so he can knock out Super Bunny Cave without having to do Super Bunny and a Hookshot Cave as well.
Yeah, if you get to go do most of Death Mountain in one shot, that's definitely a huge advantage.
So aside from this, what else do we have to do right now? Agnes Cave?
You have Gina's Cave, you have...
And Zora. That's it.
Yeah, in Logic, it's just the Zora item itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, JP didn't buy arrows.
He didn't, but I saw him shoot one. So I'm confused. He totally shot one as he was heading into Eastern.
Are you sure? Oh, is there a bug?
There's a bug that I'm not 100% sure on. No wonder JP picked Retro.
He knows all the secrets. See?
He knows all the secrets. But yeah, it was a bug that was announced. I don't know exactly how it works, but basically it's just like it's not going to get fixed for the tourney, so you go, just deal with it. I'm sure JP will eventually buy the wooden arrows at some point.
You see Dracarys his rupee count going down, like it's a hip-hop video, but gets it done, gets 20 rupees, gets the first.
So expensive. But he did buy the wood arrows in small key, so it was already down 180 prior to coming in here.
Yeah.
All right, well, looking like a South Shore trip to Dracarys. We'll see if he decides to do any of the water walk stuff that JP was trying to do earlier. And, you know, because who knows? It could be flippers up on Death Mountain to get Moon Pearl from Hobo. It's a possibility. And he has already proven me wrong, because he's going to go turn in that mushroom instead, using that waterfall south of Link's house. I really like the little setup. Well, I mean, the setup to fake flipper over there is really quick. You can either just like line it up normally. If you have the boots, you can bonk against the statue to get yourself set up perfectly. Sometimes you can trick the archer into shooting you with an arrow to line you up against the wall. I've done that before.
That's a little forgotten whirlpool passageway that can be utilized.
I mean, the best way to learn where all these whirlpools are is just to play bingo. And one of the bingo squares is find all the whirlpools. There's a good chunk of them. Yeah, Dracarys did reset to get his mushroom back. He's going to be heading down to Mini Moldorn Cave. And I believe with this routing, he might be going Mini Moldering Cave, Dam to Agnes Cave. But the boots might send him east to Ice Route Cave. Or he might segment the two into two separate trips, which is highly possible as well.
I'm seeing
that money.
Action. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's not like he's having to do like any sort of weird like bow dash or something to make it work. He's just doing it.
Yeah, I don't know how, I don't know why. It just happened. It's like this spooky glitch in Mire. I don't know how it works, it just does. And down goes Armor Slice for JP. He gets his crystal.
Yeah, unfortunately, missing the quick kill and shooting an extra arrow. So this fight cost him a little bit of extra money. But it's still early and we got plenty of money. You could always get the money at Lumberjack. It's perfect.
I just want to point out Dracarys actually did not reset. He actually saved and quit after turning the mushroom in, so he no longer has the mushroom.
That's a weird thing to do. There was only bombs there, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was just bombs.
Huh, weird. Alright, he's gonna get his first glove. We know that the other glove was in the dam, so...
And he is going to try to set up his own water walk, and it looks like he's got the setup correctly. And
yeah,
he's heading up to Death Mountain.
There's a few ways you could do that setup. It's a little bit more loose. If you do it on the left side, you don't have to like get right up to the hole, but this is the water walk glitch in action. And who knows, this could be a good old-fashioned sequence break, a huge sequence break for Dracarys. Or it could be nothing, which is more than likely to happen.
Well, only one way to find out. Up silvers.
Ooh, wow. Okay, and a small key. Nice.
Now, you're probably not going to see the silvers used too much because of how expensive they are. Set them for the Ganon fight, maybe Vitreous.
Yeah, I could see him using it on the second phase of Vitreous, possibly. Small key on Zora's Ledge, so he doesn't really need to worry about coming back for that later. And of course, not enough money to go visit Zora, but he will be dashing back to go check what's on Lake Hylia Island, unless he already... No, he already did. It was a small key, I think. And he's going to head up to Hobo. Well, we get to see pretty much all of Death Mountain. I mean, at this point, Moon Pearl up here, unless Hobo has it, and that is really unfortunate for Dracarys.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. If you bonk, it messes up the water walk. So, lesson learned, don't do that. Guess we won't be seeing Hobo. He's so lonely now.
Hey, he's been lonely for long enough.
Yo, nice money.
A lot of money.
That's good. Let's see what this hint is. Not very useful.
That's almost worse than a joke hit.
Does that work? Yeah, that doesn't work. So much flub today. What's going on? Yeah, there is... At least I know that there's a particular lineup for that bomb jump. And it's a little bit further to the left, surprisingly.
Weird flex, but okay.
Damn it. Unfortunately, Dracarys is putting off the dam, so he's going to be missing his mitts. So if Moon Pearl ends up being up here, which I'm leaning towards that, he will not be able to check them Dark World East Death Mountain stuff. So this could be good for JP. But with Hammer and Lamp, he will be able to head on over and complete all of Hera. He's going to be able to do all of Paradox Cave, so I'm assuming it's going to be a Paradox Cave, Hera, and then back for Spiral Cave.
Plus the wrong way again.
It's a good thing bombs don't cost money. So much flub. He is checking the shop here.
And gets arrows and a key. Now he doesn't have to glitch anymore.
He's spending all of his money. I don't agree with that bomb purchase. There's a good chunk of bombs you can find in Tower of Hera. Well, I think there's like 2. But he's probably going to find some bombs here in Paradise Cave. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Bluebell's nice, though.
All right, Dracarys grabbing his $300. Let's see what we got going on in Paradox Cave. We're just looking for that Moon Pearl for Dark World access. We got $50. We got a Master Sword. Oh no, that's not good. Small key and more money. All right, well, I take it back, JP. You buy as many bombs as you want. So Master Sword means... Are we going to get the rare Moon Pearl on Pyramid? I don't remember the last time we've seen that. I would love to see that. Because I'm not playing it. I'm commentating. Oh, there's a book.
What we could see is something like, well, I was a book on Pyramid, but that can't be in the equation. But something on Pyramid that leads to something else in the light world, like flippers.
That I also like. I mean, this could still be flippers to get Moon Pearl from Hobo.
Yeah,
it could be. That'd be great. Or the very rare flute plus mirror to get checkerboard Moon Pearl. That's a good one too. Oh, yeah, that's a very good point. Someone makes in chat. This is oh, well, Super Bunny has a unique item.
Spoiler, it's not the Moon Pearl.
Spoilers. You're right. In Retro, much like Key Sanity, the 2 chests in Castle Tower are also amongst the randomized pool. And if you haven't played much Retro, that's an easy one to forget. I know that from experience. So
JP gonna take a little damage from his tiles here. He's gonna Death Warp once he gets his big key out of the vanilla chest.
God, could you imagine? Well, it'd be the Take Any sword plus the Master Sword from Paradox Cave to put something required on in Castle Tower. That'd be pretty wacky.
Yep.
Yeah, good thing he's got that blue mail. All right, what do we got down here? Other than a big key.
A big key. Hey.
Forgot this isn't Key Sanity.
It's like Key Sanity adjacent. It's kind of Key Sanity.
Key Sanity-ish.
Key Sanity light. Just 1 calorie. Not Key Sanity enough.
I mean, hey, it has one good quality about it. It's not going to be a Castle Tower Go mode. Castle Tower key for Go mode.
That's
thankfully.
Fair. Just Ice Rod like every other seed ever.
Just Ice Rod, yeah. Alright, well, we got another hint up here, as well as 2 more items, and Mr. Moldorm himself. What do we got going on? We got a Bloopy. We've got the same hint from Spec Cave, I think, maybe.
No, the one in Spec Cave said some cash for bomb locked.
Vanilla Pearl. Wow, video game. Not even trying, eh? I feel like JP was just so not ready for that. And he took a spark to the face.
But this is really good for JP now, because we know there's a unique item, Super Bunny Cave. Dracarys cannot get the Super Bunny Cave on this go-around because he does not have the time limits, whereas JP does.
That's a really good point, too. So this is going to be potentially a huge advantage for JP, as well as just not having to worry about coming back here to clear out the East Dark World, Death Mountain, Overworld checks.
Someone in chat pointing out the Fred reference. Because this is retro, I guess it actually makes sense to yell at Fred.
We can do that. Going for Master Sword spins, only 3.
Easy.
Easy. Good Moldorm patterns.
And the red root.
Well, that is our second crystal, and second dungeon complete. Dracarys is not far behind. I'm really curious to see what's in Super Bunny.
I'm going to say it'll be the Fire Rod.
Fire Rod would be good. Mirror would be good.
Mirror would be really good, because I need to go grab the book as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's just one less thing you have to worry about. And, I mean, that's your desert access as well. You never know, you could get that book to get the flute in desert kind of situation.
Yep,
those are always fun.
Scenario. Well, book being out there in desert being a pendant is definitely interesting. Maybe pedestal, maybe?
So now the question for Dracarys is, when does he go to the dam? Unless he just suddenly gets flippers and mirror and goes to go do swamp. Because, I mean, he's going to want to go straight to the Dark World after this, more than likely. He's probably going to run over and do Spiral Cave as well. But
Yep,
he might go back to his house, check the dam real quick, and then run back up and go to Hype Cave or something.
Like, he might be putting off the dam until he gets access to Swamp and try to just to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But that's not going to really pay off for him. I mean, maybe it could. If JP buys another key here, finds another arrow shop.
Yeah, it's a good idea. You never know. He could get, like, Samaria up here, and Quake is the T-Rock medallion. He could dive in there. It's possible. You're buying a lot of keys.
I mean, definitely puts your mind at ease with a lot of keys.
They should just make a 3-pack as an option with a discount, like $250 for 3 keys.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
All right, I hope the devs are watching so they can take these notes.
Write that down. Oh, they're all playing the new festive mode.
Yeah, they're probably doing that.
All right, 2 items, Super Bunny Cave. We know one of them is a unique item, but will it actually be a useful unique item or just a funny one?
Or it could be one that's neither somehow, like Burna. Burna would be neither. Samaria.
Ooh.
Okay, that's
hey,
pretty
all right.
required.
Let's see if T-Rock is Quake. Man, Dracarys is going straight for Hype Cave, so for him, personally, he needs to find the mirror, like, right now. That'd be really convenient, because, yeah, it might be a while. All right, we got Pendant Pod and Green Pendant Mire. I did miss the other Pyramid Fairy Crystal.
Yeah, I missed the other Crystal. I saw those pendants as well.
I was too busy looking at what Medallion T-Rock was, and it was Ether. So, no T-Rock access yet, unless we find Ether right in here. There's a lot of chests coming up. We got a red potion in Hype Cave.
That was the only thing in Hype Cave, though. Both green rubies have been found.
Very interesting.
Not getting the... Oh, he doesn't mirror.
All right, well, Samaria, good to have, obviously. Doesn't give him that big of an advantage. Right now, the myth's advantage is pretty nice, and apparently Dracarys has already finished Swamp.
I just noticed that also.
And Skull Woods.
Wow.
How's he doing that?
Is
what a
Dracarys
gamer.
still duping or something? I don't know what's going on. I thought we banned those from this tournament.
I gotta give a quick shout out to our tracker. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Appreciate it.
I missed the other Pyramid Fairy Crystal again.
Dang it.
I want to say it was ice, but I'm not guaranteed. It's either ice or skull. Those are the only ones I didn't see, really.
All right, well, with hammer, bow, and lamp, as well as 5 keys to spare, we could see... Well, we're going to see a full clear of Palace of Darkness. Be curious to see how Dracarys decides to route this, because, you know, you could spend a little extra time going out of your way to save some keys in this dungeon. To be honest, I would just, you know, find the big key, check all the ones you can, save the 2, like, solo spots for later. Go beat the boss, go back in, Death Warp, save and continue, check those 2 and reset to get those 2 keys back.
And Tracker has confirmed for us that Ice Palace is indeed the other 5-6.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And JP, not far behind, so this is pretty wacky. Now, it's one of those things where, like, early myths kind of gives you so many extra spots to check along the way, you know, like Dark World, Death Mountain, all that stuff, but
Cash and a key in Western Wing is Swamp, so we're probably skipping that.
What was the other item? Generic key and what?
Generic key and some cash.
Oh, nice. That's a really good hint to get first.
Yeah, because you're not going to spend your 1.5, 2 minutes, whatever it takes to get that just one small key. But spend $100. Come on.
Yeah, I realized Swamp really doesn't have... is not that... Like, there's one extra chest in Swamp, because there's only one small key in a chest in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, the first one.
But Pod is huge. Pod has so many items in it.
Yeah, but
of course we
did
get a generic key. Yeah. Of course, now these players, especially Dracarys, has a ton of money, so he doesn't really even need to... I mean, we still need more money throughout the rest of the run, but he could be a little loose with his key usage through Pod. He doesn't need to skip stuff.
just full clear here and just find a key shop and just go ham after it's done.
He's going to go ahead and just check the vanilla big key chest. Of course, he's still looking for the big key, so if it's here, he's going to need it.
Another heart container.
Up to 11. Oh yeah, and I guess you don't really want to go through the bow section multiple times, because then you have to spend keys, or spend money on arrows every single time.
Yeah, survival strategy in regular key sanity because you want to preserve the key if you don't have it, and you don't have to worry about paying for arrows. But here in retro, just open the big.
Yeah, you can actually, if you have the bow going into pod in Key Sandy, you can actually get through, I think, all of it, minus 2 checks, with only 2 keys. You can clear everything but, Harmless Hellway and Vanilla Big Key. And there's the big key, right there in the middle of the turtle room.
Yeah, Sandy, if you know to hammer you up and you know not to open the big door, you can get through with just 2 keys, correct. Another heart container. I am just stunned by it.
Of course, we're still looking for a good chunk of items, especially with this being all dungeons. We're basically going to need pretty much everything, minus like a medallion or 2 and some safeties. And speaking of, there is that ether to get into Turtle Rock, so I can't imagine JP would go back up to T-Rock after getting that.
Yeah, not yet at least.
Not yet.
A rod or 2.
I could see him going up there with just Fire Rod, but without Fire Rod, yeah, it's a little ish.
Would the Galaxy Brain play be to hover and light the torches with the lamp?
No, it wouldn't. It absolutely would not.
Galaxy Brain.
Another small key?
Are you sure pod was shuffled?
Wait a minute, I thought they can put keys in the dark maze.
Yeah, well, this one. Oh, powder.
Hey, look, powder.
Dracarys not going to get punished for his using a mushroom. He is going to death warp here and take a lot of damage from his Dodongo.
Thankfully, even with Blue Mail, these guys still do a full heart of damage. But kind of a downside of normal mode having this much health. Death warping is not that easy or convenient. Well, it's easy.
You heard it here from Willard. Expert mode confirmed better than normal mode.
Yeah, if you want a death warp. And JP going all out, going ham on these rupees, grabbing all of them.
All the keys. And all the arrow shots.
Yeah, unless Helmet's holding on to something. I mean, what do we get out of this? Powder? That's it?
And ether.
Oh yeah, and ether.
And we also have hook shots, so we can actually get all the way to the west side of the Dark World.
Alright, let's see if JP has practiced his hammer yump. Both players going for the pause buffer, which is the only one I know, so I approve.
Yep, same here. I approve.
Them crazies that just do like select buffers, sword buffers. I don't know how they do it. JP's got a little bit more health. At full health, he's gonna have to take a few more bonks to the face with these fire blasts from the Kodongos.
Or, just kill them and not care.
Yeah. He's got 5 keys. He's just gonna go ahead and use it.
Okay.
That's probably a good idea. I wonder how many total keys are in the pool to collect.
They've taken out 10. I don't know how much that means there is, but it's whatever is in the normal game minus 10.
Minus 10, okay. That's very helpful. I mean, I guess I could just look at my Key Sandy tracker, and then minus 10 from that. It's not hard at all. JP having a fun little dance with these hard hat beetles, getting through. It's actually going to be able to use that Samaria as well to place a block on this switch, save a couple seconds here as well. Dracarys taking on the Helmasaur King, and we'll probably finish him off with silvers, unless he wants to save his money. He's got plenty of health, so he doesn't really have to worry too much about, you know, being in danger. But 1 silver for 50 bucks. Save you a bit of time.
Barracks takes care of the Helmstar King, and his reward among the pendant will be the compass. So Chad's pointing out that there are 29 keys to start with in the pool, with 28 locked doors, and yes, those numbers are actually correct. There is an extra key in Mire.
Well, there you have it. It's all right there. Now we know. All right, well, we got to remember that Dracarys still has that mitts in the dam that he's put off, and based on this save and quit location, he is probably not going there anytime soon. So for his sake, he needs swamp access to not be locked by mitts. Because it seems like he might be putting it off for a while, or until he can go do swamp. Which makes sense, you know, it'd be convenient to put it off and then, and what are the odds that the 2 items you skipped, one of them has an extremely required item?
Well, first things first is do magic bat.
Alright, JP and the Helmstar King fight, just 17 bonks with the hammer. And we'll probably take him down with the silver arrow. Oh, no, he doesn't have the silver, so he's gonna probably go for sword slashes. He could put 8 arrows into his face, but
having blue mill is really nice here. Only taking 1 part of damage as opposed to 2. Meanwhile, Dracarys only gets bombs from the Master Bat.
Yeah, I think in retro you go with the sword slashes. In a normal mode, you'd more than likely go for the 8 arrows to the face.
Well, if I have tempered or gold, I'll probably just slash away anyway.
Well, yeah. Same with Master Sword.
Yeah, Master Sword, yeah, makes sense. And we see the sick kid check. We've got that bottle earlier, and he gives us a key.
When do we get a bottle? Oh, wait. Red Potion was in Hype Cave. Forgot about that one. So both players have been to Hype Cave, so they both have that Red Potion, right?
I don't think JP's been to Hype Cave yet. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure. No, I'm sure he did, because I'm pretty sure he ran over there
he did.
from...
You're right, he did.
Okay.
Looks like JP's going straight to sick kid as well to start. Then he'll do probably, I presume, powder, and then do the Dark World here, like Dracarys is doing.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, Dracarys is up 1 game against JP, 1-0. There's a 3-minute difference in their last race. I don't remember what the mode was. This is JP's tournament life on the line. JP needs to win this to stay alive in the tournament. Let's set up a Game 3 scenario. Oh, nice flute. Woohoo! Well, that is Mire access.
Well, you say that.
Well, Mire area access. I mean, come on, 2 medallions. There's a good chance.
Not for Dracarys. And there's a shovel.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, look, 2 items. We're done with Skullwoods. Nope, not in this mode. However, this key, I believe, is still a key.
Yeah, I believe this one is kept vanilla just so people that drop down this hole don't get stuck here and have to save and quit out. But
or get grabbed by wall masters.
Grabbed by the wall master. That's unfortunate. I mean, he doesn't have to go. He doesn't have to go. I mean, that's actually pretty fast. That's a little bit faster than what he was gonna have to do.
So maybe being grabbed by a wall master is in fact Galaxy Brain.
Maybe. No Fire Rod, not going to be able to finish out this dungeon, but we're going to go ahead and check that vanilla big key chest.
Actually, you know what the Galaxy Brain play is? I think JP might make it grab the key, then leave.
Oh, yeah, that'd be smart. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's just hanging out. It's a free key, man. That's free $100 right there. That's value. Grab his map from here and then follow over where Dracarys is. See what we got going on up in this. We got $50. So I'd say, given Skull Woods in general, I'd say it was fairly loaded. Got at least 1 required item, and you know that dig spot could have something of value.
Dracarys do the check here to see if the keep's required. No, just 5 rupees.
So I'd assume at this point this is going to be a full clear Thieves Town coming up for both these players. They do have the hammer, so they don't have to worry about isolating that one chest. Of course, going to grab the
Thieves Town has 1 extra item with the key.
Yeah, because there's just the 1 key that you normally get. The 1 key that's in a chest that you need for the big chest.
Yeah, the key that you usually find in the vanilla game next to the maiden in the cell.
Man, is this just a super linear seed, or are these players doing everything right after one another?
The only difference is that Dracarys still does not have those Titan Smiths.
Yeah, and we'll eventually, pretty soon, find out what. I mean, might even right away what's over in Peg Cave or eventually Blacksmith. More likely going to do Thieves Town first, but we'll see.
Remember, knocking out dungeons as soon as possible. Already on their 4th here, just over 45 minutes in.
Yeah, at this point, what's going to be the next dungeon for these players? If we find the Mire, we can go to Desert. Well, JP can go to Desert.
Yeah.
JP can go to the Mire area, and he has Cane and a Fire Source, and a Hook Shot, and Boots, so he could do potentially all of Mire. If he has the right medallion.
Back from doing Mire is if Mire is Bombos.
Yeah.
And if we find Mire, we can also do Swamp.
Well, I still gotta find them flippers somewhere.
Flippers, yeah, I guess those are kind of required for Swamp.
I wonder where they are. I think worst case scenario is finding the Mire soon, and then there's something on one of those tablets book up on Floating Island. Or a required early dip into T-Rock, which is also possible.
Just anything that would cost Dracarys to lose time due to not having those mitts from the dam.
All right, we are gonna get the hint up here. Nice thing about having it, having keys coming in here is you can just, key dash your way up there. Oh wow, thanks, game. I guess I better go to Skullwood. Oh, yeah, that little, I don't know what their technical term is. Blot? Little slimes?
Patrick Star?
Blot. No, the slimes, the ones that come out of the ground.
Oh, yeah.
They can sometimes secret service the switch for you when you're trying to flip it in that room.
Like right here? Oh, okay. Take that in.
I'm curious to see what the next item is going to be for these players. For anyone just tuning in, the 2 items that are MIA for Dracarys are the mitts, which are inside the dam, and the Cane of Samaria, which happen to be in the Super Bunny Cave. That's all we know. That's all we got.
Dracarys does know that there is an item in Super Bunny Cave. He doesn't know what item it is yet.
He did get that hint, I believe, that was in Tower of Hair. Man, this is a healthy seed. And there's a red boomerang. 12 and 13 hearts already.
Yeah, there's not that many heart containers left. Big chest. We have the flippers.
All right. Now we just need to find the Mire for Dracarys, and then he'd be well on his way to getting those mitts. We might actually get to see... I could see him going like... Well, I don't know if he would go dam to Hobo. We do have to do a Zora check at some point as well. Well, we don't have to, but good chance there's something there.
I mean, there's definitely something there. The fact that it could be complete junk is a high probability. See, Dracarys setting up for the scripted blind fight here.
Yeah, really good first couple phases. I always get hit there on that third phase for some reason. It's really annoying. But really clean enough fight. And when you have plenty of health to spare, it's okay to take a few hits to the face. Yeah, I feel like JP made a little bit of time here in Thieves Town.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Don't think he was really too far behind anyway. He's gonna lose a little bit of time here. Messing up this fight.
Yeah, he's doing the blind fight the way I mess it up. So I have blind go left on me all the time.
Blind is at the bottom of the screen. You're doing something wrong.
And it's still very clean regardless, and gets crystal number 3, dungeon number 4.
Did Dracarys do a chess game before Thieves Town?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
They were bombs, I believe.
Yo, thanks for the 100 bits for charity, Drosy. Appreciate that. Heading on down to Digging Game, and then eventually going to Stumpy for Dracarys. Just a bloopy. And you are correct, those were definitely bombs. Or as some people like to jokingly call them, blueberries. Isn't that funny?
Blueberries are more tasty.
Than bombs?
Yeah, than bombs. Slightly.
Slightly, okay. You've tried?
I've tried blueberries.
What about Stumpy's blueberries?
They're a little rotten.
No one's special brand.
Try new Stumpy's blueberries. They're slightly rotten.
Doesn't sound very appetizing. Alright, moment of truth. Is this the damn play? This is not the damn play. But it might be the damn play after the digging play. Come on, Dracarys, just do the damn play. See what I'm doing here?
Yeah, you're making funny haha.
I make funny haha. Well, that is going to be basically all the fetch quests done.
Oh
and
my
there's
god.
the beer. All right, perfect. Well, that's going to be mitts for him.
Well,
after he activates his flute.
He's going to do mitts checks first, but he's going to do it without the mirror because, well...
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate for him unless he goes from Link's house to return the frog.
Dracarys is going to activate his flute, actually. It's something that we forgot to do first time we were here because we know the mirror.
It's funny, if Stumpy just had the mirror, then they could have done the digging game or the dig spot right away.
But he didn't.
So they couldn't.
And JP's not going to go to Stumpy right away. He's going to turn to the blacksmith first.
Well, this is really good for Dracarys. He will be getting his mitts. And we will more than likely be seeing Swamp Palace right away. And we still don't have either fire source needed to get into Ice Palace, so that's not on the table quite yet. But he'll get his mitts, and then he can go check the Mire area. He can go do desert. We've got dungeons we could do now, guys. Isn't that great? I'm excited.
Yeah, the one difference is that see how long it takes Dracarys to go back up to Death Mountain, where his Cane of Samaria and eventually Book will be. We know Book might not be super required, so...
Yeah, at this point it's only needed for 2 checks. To be honest, would kind of like to see some divergence here from these players. Like, you see them doing the exact same things. I feel like I'm just watching like a non-randomizer race.
Yeah, well, JP's doing things that Dracarys has not done, and Dracarys doing something JP hasn't done yet.
But this isn't really a divergence. This is just checking different things along the way to the same destination. They're both going to go to Swamp, more than likely, unless JP puts off the shovel spot.
Which is a possibility.
You know, I've in the past have gone into the dam like almost an hour in and be like, oh, I never checked this. Well, whoops.
And Dracarys is just like, really? The mitts? Really?
Right here? Come on. And sees that bloopy right there, and he can Head on out. Where's JP gonna go to next? He's gonna turn that mushroom.
Yeah, got the unique item is helped by someone friendly. Well, that could be a lot of things.
Imagine if it was the hobo and he had like something good. Oh wow, and I just noticed Dracarys just had one small key, so he had just enough keys to be able to do this dungeon. Whew. Something you could easily forget about. I would be really unfortunate to walk up to that door and not be able to open it.
And JP's gonna take those flippers and check the waterfall and Zora area.
Yeah.
Get his silvers.
And who knows, Zora could be that someone friendly that's holding a unique item.
I'm trying to think if we saw someone friendly holding that item yet. I don't think the generous guy in Mini Molar Cave had one.
I mean, I guess it could have been the uncle with the hammer.
Yeah, possible.
Which is kind of lame if you think about it. But yeah, like Bottle Vendor had, I think, a heart or something. Stumpy had bombs. Sick Kid had red money.
At least Sick Kid had a key this time.
Oh, did he? Oh.
It's definitely not unique. There's actually more keys than any other item in the pool, I think. It's close.
More than red rupees?
Probably not.
And
if it wasn't retro, it wouldn't be, but you know.
Alright, is this that unique item? Or is this a junk item? That's it. Well, it's...
You know, that's a ripoff. It's 5 times more than we normally pay.
I would reset after that.
You get another key here for free, so it's like you spend 500 for 2.
Yeah, yay. Net loss of 300 rupees. Alright.
But then
so
you have
JP...
to go back and get his silvers again.
See if he checks that shovel spot first. Looks like he's gonna, so this is gonna be JP heading to Swamp Palace as well. He's gonna isolate that purple chest. I don't believe we got a purple chest hint yet, so... But... I wonder if he's gonna go to Swamp or if he's gonna go to the...
I don't think you go grab the book yet.
Well, I mean, he's probably just gonna put off the book as long as he can. He doesn't need the book.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to check tablets. Which would be really unfortunate. Alrighty. Yeah, it looks like Swamp Palace didn't really have much going on in here, so... And as for our Go Mode items, let's see. Alright, well, we have the medallions we need for both our dungeons. We just need the Ether Medallion, so now it's just a matter of finding both the rods.
Yeah, a couple of rods is all we need for Go Mode here.
Yeah. Small key in the Mire Shed, and a bloopy. Oh, and I'm liking this use of the double hook to spin to win on the Argus fight. It's my preferred technique as opposed to double slash. I just think it's slightly faster and looks cooler. If you don't mess up, that is.
Yeah. And there's
Burna.
JP will pick it up. I don't blame him for picking up an item like that.
No, I mean, there's still Spike Cave on the list, and that puts Spike Cave in logic.
Yep. You could also check Agina's cave while we're over here. We haven't checked it yet. Big key on Argus.
Yeah, that stinks. Will he go back in to check that big chest? Yeah, it looks like he's going in. I think it's a good idea. I mean, especially since you don't have to do left side anyway. Skipping one item, especially when you have the boots, it's not gonna take too long to run all the way back there.
Yeah, no more than like less than a minute.
Yeah, just 2 rods away from Go Mode, and I'm sure both these players wouldn't mind having an extra sword upgrade as well. And JP hopping down to go check the Desert Ledge. I feel like it would have been just as fast to just mirror to go do the desert section and then dash down. But we're talking seconds here. But you never know. These races could possibly come down to a matter of seconds. It's possible. It's happened in the past. I feel like in this entire tournament, we've only had one tie so far.
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
Tie, yeah. Compared to, I think in the spring, we had at least like half a dozen.
Yeah, but those are re-races, though. These are not. Well, they would be now. They weren't in group stages. And Dracarys going to stock up on keys. He's running low on empty, and big key to open that chest.
Yeah. I don't know if this was like a key sanity moment.
Might have been.
Or something. Getting a little ahead of himself. Another Jokin from Z1. Wow.
Yeah, but unfortunately that one has 0 relevance because Go was not in this game.
But we do have plenty of enemies with big dumb eyes, so.
Yeah, like these Igors.
There's the big key. I would just go ahead and do right side. You have the small keys to do it.
Well, he might be thinking the small keys in here because, you know, that's what would normally be the case. It wasn't retro.
We are going to finally see that hobo check that Dracarys tried to do with the water walk, but accidentally bonked. Is this that unique item from a friendly NPC? It is not. So we still have, what, Catfish and Sahasrara as our remaining friendly NPCs?
I think so. Is there anyone else? Does Purple Chest count?
Maybe. Actually, that's a good question.
I asked real hard any questions here.
So there's only one extra item in Desert, because there's only one small key in a chest.
Yeah.
So we might get that off of Land Mullahs. Unless you already got the compass. Well, I mean, for hints, 2 hints can refer to the same thing. So like a specialist to unlock his purple chest, but... Or like, you know, the Elder could be a green pendant, but also friendly NPC could be the Elder.
Yeah.
Hints are weird, man. I think the least useful ones are the ones that are like, requires a bomb, or requires a hammer.
So, we see Dracarys, he's gonna go get his Cane of Samari here now that he has time.
Now the question is he gonna hop into T-Rock real quick after this? Or is this... What's he got? He is gonna be able to pick up his book, so we might be able to see an ether check afterwards as well. Nah. What is he gonna go do? Hookshot Cave? Alright, let's see this Land Mullahs fight from JP. Silvers would be probably the fastest way to do this. A little pricey, though. Don't want to miss. Don't want to miss.
Don't want to miss.
Misses.
Twice.
Well, at this point, I would switch to hammer if you're not going to do that. Or turn off silvers.
He listened to you. He didn't actually listen to you.
Still using that Master Sword. Alright, well, JP gonna lose a little bit of time here on this fight. And gonna get $5 back, so that is our second pendant. And he can finish Mire. Yeah. So we could get a ped right away. Dracarys gonna pick up his book.
Hop right back in this portal and probably knock out Mire while he's here.
Oh, and this is looking like the T-Rock play for Dracarys. No Fire Rod, but he has plenty of keys, so he can get all the way to Laser Bridge if the big key is not on the Fire Rod lock section. Oh, imagine if there was a Mimic Cave Fire Rod.
Oh boy.
That'd be gross. Alright, which medallion locked location is going to be... Well, I mean, this is good for JP. He's going to be able to do this dungeon regardless. And if he finds both of his rods in here... There's a lot of keys in Mire, so I think Mire is a pretty... Well, how many keys are actually in chests in here? Like 3, maybe?
2, I think.
Does that say some cash was held with a grumpy fish? Which would be catfish, since we already saw Zora had a small key.
Yeah.
Cool. But Dracarys doesn't know that because he hasn't been to Zora, so... But the nice thing for him is that he could, if he wanted to, he could do, like, Pyramid to catfish Zora, and after he gets some cash from catfish... Oh no, he'd still have to go to Zora. Dang it. This is going to be the rare fire item to get a fire item. Not yet.
One more check. Go upstairs. Vanilla big key chest. And you also get a hit up here too. Let's see if we can go on in Turtle Rock. One more chest to check.
Yeah, we're going to get a vanilla big key here in TR, which will allow him to get all the way to Laser Bridge. So he's going to end up spending all of his keys. No, he'll have one left outside of the one outside Trinex, so.
You're not going to spend that one unless you find both the rods. Kill Trinex.
God, that would be bizarre if both rods are in here, but we've seen it. We've seen both rods on Laser Bridge.
I think it happened to JP in the group stage.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh yeah, that was JP's like winning. I don't know if that was the match that like got him into brackets, but it was a very important one. Piece of heart and a chest requiring specialist, and not a vanilla big key. So big key is going to be on the right side then. But a vanilla big key for JP. Wow.
Mire, yeah. So we know that the last check for Dracarys here will be Mimic Cave. Can't go much further without the big key.
Yeah, and the problem is with that, if he wanted to go back up to do like Ether or something, he'd have to... I say that as he's using Ether, which I think is a really good idea, because you can freeze these guys and then bonk them with the hammer to take them out real quick, so you don't have to waste arrows or anything. And JP finding the Tempered Sword, that's a really good find, especially coming into this fight.
It's gonna make the Vidi fight a lot easier. You might not use silvers, you just use the vanilla strats. Use silvers on the big eye.
Yeah, well, I could definitely see him going for the damage boost strats for the first phase. All right, big chest. What do you got? Another big 20. Mimic Cave. Where are these rods at? Where are they going to be? 10 bombs. And a bottle from Mimic Cave. So the T-Rock play was not the play that Dracarys is probably hoping for.
He now has all 4 bottles.
Ooh, that is not a comfy amount of damage to take. Those Wizrobes do so much damage when you bonk into them. Even with blue mail. I mean, it's much worse. I think it's, what, 3 hearts with green mail?
You know, if you really wanted to capture the essence of Zelda 1, you should have had the Wizrobes go down like 12 hits.
Oh, gosh. And then they move around the room randomly and also move into doorways.
Yeah.
Awful. Just awful. I hate these guys. Alright, well, aside from the Tempered Sword and the purple chest hint, not much going on here. Of course, this is the green pendant Mire, so that'll be another item from Sahasrara, as well as the pedestal. So for JP, he's probably hoping he finds that fire rod so he can do this into pedestal. Well, I'm going to assume that Dracarys is pretty much going to do everything that JP just... minus the flubs in Desert. But, so not too far behind. It would be interesting to see if JP decides to go check on that green pendant right away, or if he's going to go do Swamp. But let's see these damage boost strats. It's really nice. Regardless of mail, you'll always take 1 heart of damage from the little slime. But it's a lot better than taking 3 hearts or more from the eyeballs such as that. And JP gonna go ahead and finish him off with the... Ooh, that's... I love how the lightning will just grab that arrow. Hey, $10.
Disintegrated it.
Yeah. All right, I don't agree with that. Well,
It's cheaper.
I guess it is cheaper. It's $80 versus $100. Could you like do a combination of like 5 silvers and then 3 arrows?
You probably do 1 silver and 2
or
arrows.
No, 5 silvers. Excuse me.
Alright, well, JP now has all 3 pendants. Will he do the old blind pull, or will he, I only need 2 items. I mean, there is a strong possibility that it could be there.
Well, let's talk about like what all do we have? What he's going into swamp. It looks like. So we need fire rod for Skullwoods. We obviously need fire rod for T-Rock. We still need ice rod to finish off Trinex. We need
you need fire rod or Bombos to enter Ice Palace.
Yeah. So if we see Bombos popping up anytime soon, you know, this might actually be looking like that castle tower potential. And I think JP might be doing Pyramid Castle Tower check right now, which is a really good... Never mind.
Buy some keys probably first. Or grab the key on Lake Hylia Island.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
They're going to buy keys from the...
He needs to go check Hobo as well. He didn't need to drop down there. He could have just walked down the left.
I got nothing. I'm giving up.
JP, come on, man. What are you doing? Yeah, this is looking like Pyramid Castle Tower, which I agree with. This could be huge. There could very... He's gonna check Hobo first. Sorry, guys.
Are you sure?
I'm just gonna sit and watch and let JP do his thing. While we talk about this Landmalus fight. It looks like Dracarys just went all Master Sword. I missed the start of the fight, so I don't know if he used silvers at all.
Mono Master Sword spin slashes.
All right. That's another pendant for Dracarys. More than likely going to be heading into the Mire area to do the exact same thing. JP going to go check that green pendant. Yeah, he's done in this area entirely, so he'll probably grab that and then run back down. So, I don't know, I feel like he could have just fluted over here first, maybe? Nah, I guess that would have been slower if he's still going to Pyramid Castle Tower. But just a big 20, so we're kind of running out of good locations. So, you know, you got to be thinking that... Oh, what do we have left? Yeah, we have Castle Tower and Pyramid left. We know Catfish is dead.
Yeah.
And Spike Cave. I think those are the only things we have left at this point.
Above the pose.
And above the pose, yeah, that's true.
And pedestal.
So this is going to work out for JP if he finds some progression. Like, I mean, he could just immediately find rods and be able to go mode swamp.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
That'd be sweet for him. Oh, yeah, and booking the tablets. Oh, gosh, there's still that one, too. Gross.
Yeah, I don't know if Dracarys to not check Ether up there.
Just a big 20 on the Pyramid. All right, let's see what we got in Castle Tower.
You gonna complete Castle Tower here? I guess might as well.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're going through the trouble of coming over here. I guess you might as well. Especially when you have Tempered Sword. Because you can take out some of these these heftier guards. What do we got? A heart container. Oh, this is getting worrisome, man. And Dracarys didn't check Ether when he was up on Death Mountain. He finished up in Mimic Cave, and so he would have had to have gone all the way back around. Oh, there's the Fire Rod.
Fire Rod is
good.
Castle Tower.
Hey, look! Ice Rod for Gobo. Classic V30. Actually, not even V30. Classic this game in general.
Link to the Past Randomizer.
Yep. Okay, that's huge. I mean, here's the thing. Both these players know they have to do Castle Tower anyway, but I'm curious if Dracarys remembers that there are 2 unique items in the chest. That would be an unfortunate thing to miss. And we've already seen retro mode take some names in the group stages with people forgetting about those two chests in particular. Imagine. Well,
good time on that, and also.
Man, I was really hoping that was gonna be like an ice rod hint or something gnarly.
Ice rod requires 3 pendants. One time.
All right, well, this is really good for JP, as long as. Well, I don't know. He's still.
Good commentary.
Hey, well, I'm just trying to think ahead of what he's gonna do next. I'm more than likely feeling like he's gonna act upon that fire rod immediately.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna put off swamp as long as he can to try and avoid having.
I would say he's gonna go to skull next, and then like pull the pedestal while he's over there, and then probably go ice after that.
Oh yeah, he did get the very favorable fire rod to Skull Woods to pedestal pull. It's perfect.
And he might do Ice Palace first because I guess there's more checks in there to find Ice Rod.
And there's hints in there too. But I mean, at this point, what other hints? I mean, it could be just a straight up Ice Rod.
Ice Rod isn't so and so.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like this late, I wouldn't rely on the hints anymore.
I would also say probably put off ice, just like the same reason you put off swamp. You want to go mode it.
Mm-hmm.
God, can we put like 5 ice rods in the pool next time?
Can we just like
combine
Can we just combine the rods, like Link's Awakening style, just like the magic rod, and it works on both of them?
It's retro. You only have one magic wand in Zelda 1.
Yeah, and we get the book. It drops like fire on the ground. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Everyone loves that.
Everyone's favorite utilization of Zelda 1.
It's been a fairly generous Aga fight, I think. I think that was 3 blue balls now?
2 or 3 we've seen so far.
So, fairly average.
Yep. Not pocket or rest and sleeper.
So I think for JP, as long as he... As long as he doesn't like go to T-Rock to look for Ice Rod and it's not there, I think he can still hold on to this lead, assuming he has a lead. It's still kind of hard to tell. It really depends on when he decides to go over to Castle Tower, now that we know it's there.
He can also now go to Lumberjack and get those 300 rupees.
Oh, I'd do
There's 3 keys right there.
That's so much money.
But it looks like it's going to be Skull Woods to finish Skull Woods and to blind pulling the pedestal. Chat's going to get what they want.
Dude, it'd be wild if there's just an Ice Rod on Mothula or something.
Yeah, the Ice Rod being Fire Rod blocked at all is just going to be insane.
A very nice fight here from Dracarys on Vitreous, using the silver arrows to take out the big eye. He's got some money to spare, mostly because he hasn't been to Zora yet, so... Yeah, aside from... Well, no, if you count Castle Tower as a dungeon, as you know, that is generally what you would consider it in this mode. Both these players are neck and neck in dungeons.
Carrie's about to see his burn. I don't see if he grabs it or not. He probably will because we can always, Spike Cave's still a thing. No, he's not.
He's got plenty of hearts if you want to do Spike Cave. Oh, he's going back in. All right.
Yes, he is.
Wow, I stand wildly corrected.
Spike Cave's still a thing.
It's like, I don't need that. Oh, I need that. Okay. Yeah, I like what JP's doing. That's too much health, so like a Death Warp is not... I mean... He's already got the Fire Rod out, so it might as well make sense to just go straight for Mothula and then switch to Mire to go back to pedestal. And if Moth just has Ice Rod, then he doesn't have to do any of that.
He would be like, see you later, guys. Keys that you might need, and just be...
Honestly, I think JP should probably pick up that 300. Unless he gets bailed out by some more 300s, because he's going to need some more keys for the remaining dungeons. Ooh. Let him go with that dash. Not getting the free hit. And then Moth kind of being a jerk.
There we go. JP, it's a key as a drop.
So many keys. And that is another crystal down. So yeah, if JP wanted to go straight to Ice Palace and get the remaining crystal, Pyramid Fairy crystal, there could be an Ice Rod at Pyramid Fairy. There could still just very well be, as everyone probably has already predicted, a Ice Rod on Laser Bridge. It's where I would put it.
I mean, it's always there anyway. Right
JP, what are you doing? You
Hold
skipped a chest, buddy. No, you skipped a chest in Skull Woods.
He might have counted it already.
Uh-oh. Unless he knows it's map or compass. That
That's
could be
what I'm
it.
thinking. Yeah. we know it's not required.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go.
Hey, it was a unique item at least, and something that, you know, I'm a bad player. I love using the cape in the Ganon fight, so I'm not. Cape is
really nice if you are on Master Sword.
Yeah.
Especially. It's still nice if you have, Tempered Sword and you don't get a very favorable pattern.
I just like using Ganon fight in general, just me. Yeah.
I love cape and like swordless, because there's some patterns where I'm like, I'm just gonna use the cape and hold onto the wall so I can avoid these for phase. I'll let him do like one of the phase 3 fire bat spins and I'll go on my merry way.
He kind of requires a bomb. Well, that could have been a lot of things.
That could have been
something. Dracarys is not going to go. Again, he does have fire rods, so he's just going to go pull his pedestal now. Disappointed.
Alright, wow. At this point, though, Dracarys is kind of running out of options right now. I think he pretty much has a couple overworld ejects and Castle Tower, so... Where is that Ice Rod? Not here. Oh, and he also hasn't done the Blacksmith Chain, so he might do that as well. And where was the purple chest hint? Was in Aga Tower, wasn't it? No, that was the green pendant hint. Where's the or the purple chest hint?
Purple chest hint was
Mire. That was in Mire.
Yeah, Mire.
So he knows he doesn't have to do purple chest.
Yeah, we still might have to do one. JP with the bombs again. I guess at this time.
Yeah, he was a little too far to the right, so the bomb ended up hitting that little wall or whatever you want to call it and bouncing back.
Bet you would have had more bombs. You really like those hints, don't you?
Ooh. My anger builds every time I see another one. First one, I'm like, all right, that's fine. Haha, that's funny. Then I see the second one, I'm like, think this is a game? Nice. Bomb jump. I don't know the exact. Well, I mean, I guess it's consistent with every character.
Yeah. Press up against the wall, find the right shadow, find the right lineup, pick the sword, and you, Mr. Pick Swordless every time, have to do a special setup, huh?
It's easy. You just gotta line up with the right part of Homer's scalp. Easy every time. Hard to miss. All right, I think since JP is in one item away from go mode, I would have liked to see him just go ahead and check that chest down there. Because if that had been it, he could have skipped doing this entire section. A tiny little time save. Yeah, until Dracarys goes to Castle Tower, JP's slowly starting to run away with it, but this is looking like that play, so it's going to really just come down to who made the right choice at the end of all this, and, yeah, I don't know. I think for JP, if Ice Rod ends up being in T-Rock and he goes there before doing Swamp, I doubt he would do that, though. Oh, but Dracarys still has to do all of Castle Tower anyway, so...
Yeah.
Just a compass?
I'm trying to figure out where this Ice Rod is.
Yeah, where is it?
It could
it's either
be
here...
Right side TR or Laser Bridge.
Yeah, it could be sitting right next to the big key, it's possible.
Pretty sizable lead, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Nice place for a big key, now you can just, big chest while you're here. So he's gonna bomb to over the iced tea room.
That's good. Okay. I can never tell. Like, I know my particular, which is a slower setup, but 100% consistent. Yeah. That's where we got our...
What was an Eastern?
Quake?
Yeah, Quake.
Okay. JP opening up that door for later, forgetting the fact that that's not a thing. It's okay, I've done that too. All right, we got this, we got the big chest, we got Cold Stare remaining for Ice Palace. Just some bombs.
Well, Dracarys didn't get his fire rod, so at least there's that.
That's good. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that he did go to pedestal already, so it's going to be, you know, another walk back over to the Lost Woods, Skullwoods area. But he hasn't turned in his green pendant, so this hint is going to be beneficial. Save a little bit of time here.
Yep.
Fire shield. Okay, still looking.
Cold Stare, do you have the rod of yourself?
Cold Stare, Pyramid Fairy. Okay, this makes sense because JP needs magic, doesn't have Bombos, so he's gonna have to waste that key.
Hopefully he doesn't have one lamp shy of nails and fire rod.
I'm still mad about that. I called BS, dude. I looked at the pictures.
Alright, he'll have enough now because he's gonna get his little magic here, yeah.
When in doubt, just always grab extra magic.
When in doubt, use the very rare pristine the magic absorbing strats.
Except if you're playing swordless. JP playing it extra safe.
Yeah, he saw what happened. He saw what happened to you earlier.
The last thing you want to do is run out of magic.
Yeah.
Beginning fight.
That ever happens to someone while they're on stream for hundreds of viewers, Willard.
Yeah, it's terrible. Especially in a tourney race.
Down goes Cold Stare. 5
Loopy! Alright, so this is looking like... I could easily see this being a Pyramid Fairy to Swamp Palace play for JP.
Yeah, I would
Because
definitely...
he's going to probably do everything he can before going to T-Rock. But, yeah. Where's that Ice Rod? It's going to be on Laser Bridge.
Or will it be Pyramid Fairy?
That would be very convenient for JP, because then he could go mode Swamp, and then he could, well, go mode T-Rock. This might be Graveyard Ledge?
Yeah, probably. That's what it looks like to me. Man, spiking too. And the tablets.
Yeah, if it's the tablets, this is not going to be good for either player, because nobody wants to do that, especially since Dracarys already did Swamp, so he's not really... More than likely not going to be thinking about Bombo's tablet anytime soon.
Jamie's new hammer picks here.
Did he not have the hammer when he was over here?
He didn't have the mirror.
He never actually... Gotcha. Oh, I know what he did. So he went south, he did Digging Game, grabbed the frog, and then kept going south. He didn't stop it and do Peg Cave before grabbing the frog or doing Digging Game.
I believe Dracarys is now down for Skullwoods.
Man, this is going to be close. Both these guys have pretty much a fairly lengthy dungeon apart from each other. The only difference is Dracarys has, you know, half a T-Rock done. And JP has all of Skullwoods done. Well, it's more like a half of Skullwoods done. It's not even a half, it's like a quarter. The second half of the dungeon is like a quarter of it. Alright. Assuming this is going to be Pyramid Fairy next. He is going to isolate Graveyard Ledge, which is potentially unfortunate, but if it ends up being a Pyramid Fairy, then that's it's going to be all JP.
Might do Swamp first.
Oh yeah, he might go do that. Yep, it's looking like it. All right, well.
Well, we know this isn't going to pay off.
And the other problem is he's going to have to, get the big key from Argus and head back inside. And I could easily see Dracarys immediately go to Ice Palace. But yeah, the interesting thing is, like, let's say it is Pyramid Fairy, and both these players end up doing Swamp and Ice, getting Ice Rod, and then going to T-Rock. I mean, Dracarys will have a slight lead because he'll get to skip some checks along the way in there, but I mean, once you go right side and get the big key, it's, you know, Go Mode T-Rock in, like, Retro and Key Sanity is... It's pretty Go Mode. Go Mode-y.
Dracarys has Mothra down. Let's see what his next play will be. Yeah, he skipped that chest in there too, so I'm assuming that's gotta be either a map or compass.
Yeah.
And it looks like some of the ice plays. So both our runners making plays that the other one's already made. It's gonna be long and drawn out, so yeah. At least they'll converge in a similar spot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, if it does end up being like Bombo's tablet or something, one of the tablets, it's going to be in favor of Dracarys. If it does end up being in the back of... I mean, I could see Dracarys just immediately going back and doing T-Rock once he does this, and if Pyramid Fairy's a dud. Question is, which is faster? A full clear of Ice, or a full clear of Swamp minus left side, but a double dip to go back in and check the big chest?
I think there's 5 items left in, well, 5 checks, to say. Not counting big key, of course, into the rock.
There's the big chest, the one right, the roller room, and then the 4 on Laser Bridge, and then
2 right sides, so it's 8 minus the big key, so 7. That's a
lot. A lot of stuff, yeah. It might be harder for Dracarys because the last thing he'd want to do is triple dip T-Rock if Ice Rod isn't in there.
Yeah, so if I'm Dracarys, I'm probably checking everything but on Dracarys actually. What's
Same
these
thing.
bombs?
Well, I mean, I guess at this point, this is it's just a bit of a waiting game now. JP's going to have a little bit easier of a time for Argus having that Tempered Sword, which Dracarys did not at the time.
Yeah, as they say, the waiting is the hardest part.
I feel like JP is going to need to go buy some keys at some point as well. You never know if the big key is pretty late in GT. He still has all of T-Rock to potentially go through. Oh, there's a key. All right. Nah, he's good now. No, I don't know.
We're still gonna need a lot of keys for like Ganos Tower.
Yeah. And he still has to go buy a big bomb too.
Having Tempered Sword over Master Sword for the Argus fight can give JP a little bit of time, at least in this sense.
Yeah, you can do the double Fire Rod and Tempered Spin. Though, not really the correct setup if he was going for that.
Yeah, well, those 2 spins is good enough.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright, will he go back in?
You kind of have to. You don't want to leave the Ice Rod behind here.
Just gonna get that heart piece. I could see JP just going all the way. Pyramid Fairy, all T-Rock. I mean, we've all seen it. We've all seen Ice Rod and T-Rock a billion times. I would make that play over getting the book and checking tablets. 100%.
Well, I don't. If you grab the book, check Ether, and then do T-Rock before doing Bombos, that makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, I would. Yeah.
No. Here's what you do. You get the book. You get the book. Then you do T-Rock, and then if it's nothing, you mirror out on Laser Bridge, and then walk all the way around, go to Ether, and then if it's Ice Rod, you just hop right back in to Laser Bridge. Bada bing. Just like that.
Just that easy.
Just that easy. Everyone does it. All right, well, that is going to be Swamp Palace for be heading up to go check the 2 chests that are chilling over at Pyramid Fairy, which we have. Okay. I was like, if he goes somewhere else, I'm going to be so mad.
I mean, he's been ignoring you the entire race. So
well, yeah.
Stop now.
Close. I mean, he brought the hammer against Lamelas and then never used it. So he was like, "Oh, I'm listening." Oh, just kidding.
Anyway, we're gonna get the big bomb.
And the nice thing is he did already beat Castle Tower, so he can use the portal up here. I don't know why, but I want to refer to that guy as a Trapinch, which is definitely not what it is. That's definitely a name of a Pokemon, but because they are playing as Dragonite, it would make some sense. I think they're called, what, Snapjaws?
I don't know what they're called in this game. Trapinch sounds good. That is a Pokemon.
Or maybe I'm thinking Lockjaw from Donkey Kong Country. I don't know, man.
Claptrap for Donkey Kong Country.
Clap. To the wiki. All right, we got a heart piece, a bloopy.
Oh.
Oops. He's gonna get himself a free potential potion, or he might get another bee, since he mistakenly let go of his bee.
How dare you let go of a golden bee? There you go. You got another golden bee.
I love it.
He's hammering away on Colts there. He also had enough magic somehow.
It looks like JP might actually be going for
Catfish?
I think he got a hint for that. He had to have gotten a hint. So this is going to be picking up the wrong thing. Yeah, he's going to go check Graveyard Ledge, which, given the Pyramid Fairy choice, this is a good route for that.
Yeah, this is probably the best chance to route it in, so I like it.
But yeah, this is going to be neck and neck, because soon Dracarys is going to go check Pyramid Fairy. He might do the same thing, but he might... I don't know. It's a tough call. Could still be on... Oh gosh, it could still be on the tablets.
Oh, he's saying forget Pyramid Fairy. We're going to the mountain right now.
And not here. All right, well. This might be a Spike Cube check, at least for Dracarys, but if he is going... Yeah,
it could be Ether and Spike.
That's a good idea. You need to go to the Light World there, buddy. Oh, he is going for Catfish then. I thought there was a hint. Someone cash on a Grumpy Fish. That was
I don't remember seeing that. Oh, I think that was Thieves, and I think JP skipped that.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember seeing JP skip Thieves in.
Is it Ether Tablet?
Yes.
It is! Wow. All right, well, that is huge for Dracarys. That puts him in a pretty convincing lead, not only because JP is
throwing things around,
checking some other stuff, but because of the fact that he also, Dracarys already did check a good chunk of T-Rock. So that book from Floating Island. So to be honest, the fact that JP didn't have the mirror when he came up here kind of actually set him back. Of course, what are the odds that of the 2 items in the game, that the book lock and the seed, that one of them was a required item?
Yeah, and he is not even going back to the tower yet. He is gonna go... Oh, he's gonna get more money to get keys. Okay. That's something Dracarys does have to watch out for. If the Ganon are big keys pretty deep in GT, he might need some keys. Let's see if JP gets book and checks Ether before doing Turtle Rock, which would be the correct play, obviously.
Yeah, I don't really see him making that play because of just things are in T-Rock, so the chances are much higher that it's in TR. That's got to be frustrating for Dracarys, just because stupid book. He's had that book for a long time because his mitts were a little bit late. And it looks like JP is actually going to hop into the shop here too. I mean, nice half magic here on the right side.
JP probably going to buy it. Just buys 1.
Well, let's see. Dracarys is going to end up using what? Another key to get downstairs, and then another key to get to Trinex. So he's only going to have one key going into G, which, if the big key is early, is not a problem. If the big key is like rando room or something, it might be an issue.
Yeah. I think there's 4 small keys and chests. JP looks like he's going to be content with 4.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is like you want to buy as many keys as you want, but you also still have to remember money for arrows, and you don't want to spend too long just like buying keys. And of course, JP is going to be able to... Well, hold on. Depends on if he... I don't really see him grabbing the book and checking Ether. It's kind of one of those things where if he had done that right after doing Pyramid Fairy, I could see it. But since he already did some checks prior to T-Rock that yielded nothing, I feel like he's less likely to continue doing checks outside of T-Rock. Yeah, it's kind of funny that Dracarys not having the mitts the first time he was up here actually allowed him to... And of course, if he had just checked Ice Rod, or checked Ether right away... That's where the catfish hit, yeah. I was wondering about that. But yeah, this is looking like a GG. Looks like Dracarys is going to head down here, maybe hope to find a few small keys along the way to make his trip up to GT, the last one. Which I agree with this. And he gets another heart container. And some more money. And a butter sword.
Well, JP's gonna get all that as well because he's gonna end up clearing all of this.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is because of the fact that he didn't get the book first. Which it makes sense why he would skip it. He's all aboard the T-Rock, Ice Rod and T-Rock train. That he is going to have to go through all of T-Rock again.
Yeah, you can't do leave the mirror behind and dive down later when it's more convenient.
Yeah, only one key going into GT is kind of worrisome. Maybe Trinex will bail him out and give him a small key. Nice quick phase 1 with the backdoor strats and the butter sword.
I don't think there's any shops on the top of that mountain, right? Just the bottom.
Just the one in Paradox. Ooh, careful. He still hurts, surprisingly. Well, not quite a key. All right, guys, well, that is going to do it for everything outside of GT. Of course, we do have 22 potential locations coming up, and in one of those 22 spots is going to be that GT big key. So, of course, as always, get your guesses in chat. You have until Dracarys enters GT to throw them in there. Rambler, I see you have dropped a number 4. Which chest do you particularly think that's going to be? Doubtful room?
Will be...
Top left?
Yeah.
Or no, bottom left.
Bottom left. Top or bottom left. Yep, that's 4. Assuming Dracarys, I mean, could be bottom right if he goes left first, or top right, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how he would go top right though.
Yeah, this could be interesting for Dracarys. He could find several keys in here in chests as well as the one from pots along the way. Kind of does depend on where that big key is, and if the big key is just chilling right here in the beginning, then he is good to go. We got in chest number 1, it is a big 20. Chest number 2, we got a big heart container.
All right, now I gotta look up these heart containers on the take eddies because
I like how we still have 17 hearts despite them not getting a single free heart container from the take eddies.
Maybe they're not part of the pool. I guess I don't know.
We got a heart piece on the torch.
All right, next chest, we got this.
That means Bob gets to live. Isn't that exciting? Well, does he live if we never see him? Does he
lives? I guess, you know.
I mean, does he exist if we never go in that room though?
If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around here, right? You know, that sort of thing. Boom!
Oh!
Ship it.
Wow. What a cheater.
What?
Commentator winning the big key. Well, let's see. Did he actually win though? Oh wow, he actually did.
Yeah, I won.
Wow, what a legend. Rambler, this is the proudest of you have ever been.
Really? This is the proudest?
This is the moment. Alright, I like the use. He does have plenty of rupees, so he could probably get away with using silvers here. Getting a little too hasty there and missing another area, so. And 2 keys, he's good to go. So Dracarys looking really strong to take this 2-0 victory and move on to top 16. There's still a little bit more game left, but can't imagine anything going wrong.
I'm gonna call that in chat.
Good. Good. You deserve it. Taking a quick look, the winner of this, assuming it is Dracarys, will take on Korik in top 16, which is a pretty good matchup.
And remember, Dracarys is the 2 seed in this top 32. Korik, I guess, would make him the 15? Yeah, 15. Or 18, one of the two. Of course, JP thus being 31, coming out of that very competitive group.
Yeah, the one where basically like
everybody was
people had 6 wins or something.
Yeah, 4 people finished within 2 wins of each other. It was really crazy. Dracarys, what was he? 13-2? Something like that.
I think he was 14-1.
14-1, yeah. Only Kyung, 92, putting up a better record than he did in the group stages. Kyung, unfortunately, 15-0.
Yeah, and actually, Kyung had his first loss in the bracket stages against Super Nintendo. That series is at 1-1 right now, unless they raced again today.
I don't think they did.
Yeah, it looks like JP is gonna be going for that book, and we'll probably head right over and check Ether. And you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I could have checked this right before T-Rock. I could have done it and saved a bunch of time. But you know, you always want to bank on that not being the. You just
hindsight's
so
50, hindsight's 20.
Yeah, like I don't want to assume the worst in the seed. Who would do such a thing? And then the worst is, it's like that little Pikachu meme. Pikachu with the shocked face. That one right there.
The mouth aghast. I never saw the bonk shot before. I like it.
I've seen it once. Might have been on Dracarys. Maybe. It was immediately followed by somebody in chat saying, that's actually slower.
Look, I didn't say it was faster. I said it was interesting. It's swag points. Isn't that all we care about?
Yeah. That's how we win tournaments.
Just the correct amount of keys, wouldn't you know?
Wow, it's almost like he planned it. Alright, JP heading over. He'll be getting his Ice Rod, unfortunately, a little bit too late, as Dracarys is going to be heading into his second Aga fight, the Aga 2 fight. And then a quick run through Ganon, which, plenty of money. Gold sword, silvers.
Yeah, this
should be a real quick finish.
Let's see if there's any rage flashes on JP's part once he gets the Ice Rod.
Nah, I don't
JP's
imagine.
JP's not the kind of guy to rage slash.
It's still funny that like both players ended up dipping T-Rock, and you know, without Ice Rod. It's kind of, you know, it just so happened that Dracarys dipped it at the right time, so he didn't wait as much time as JP did.
Anyway, down goes Aga 2 for Dracarys. All that's left for him is the Yana fight, which we've spoken about already. This should not be any problems for Dracarys. Especially the butter sword is going to be almost as free as you can get. That's a very morbid Ganon quote there, but then again, I guess.
I missed it. What'd he say?
Something about I'll make your face something dark world or else you'll die. It's kind of like.
What?
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
I thought this was a kid's video game. Nice little Ganon hug to start the fight. That was good.
For sure.
All right, real quick, phase 1 and 2. 6 hits each with the gold sword, so it's, you know. I don't think I've ever seen someone fail a 1-on-1 with a gold sword. Yet.
You haven't watched me play that.
That's true.
Nah,
oh, you stream? No.
Wow, attacked.
All right, just 4 quick arrows to take him down. $200
Worth.
To save Hyrule. That's all it takes.
Oh! Wow.
The little late on that second fire rod shot. Thankfully, he has a crap ton of hearts that it didn't really make a difference. And was smart to hold up so he didn't get knocked off the stage.
Anyway.
Still wouldn't have mattered. GG's to Dracarys. He's going to take this game 2 over BrewersFanJP and will be moving on to top 16.
And JP's going to need keys also because he is now plumb out.
Yeah, he's got 0. Dang. I mean, I don't think it's going to be... He'll just have to check a couple... Well, I mean, Dracarys had... No, he just needs the 1 from the pot.
Yeah,
so it's just like normally going into GT.
He
just got to kill that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just has to kill that guy. Not a big deal.
Yeah, we'll see we get Dracarys in here for an interview.
While you do that, I'm going to go grab a coffee. Right back.
Staying on brand, I see. JP with a solid Trinix fight. The 1 cycle didn't go through backdoor strat, so 1 cycle with gold sword pretty standard. And joining us now is our winner, Dracarys. GG.
Thanks. GG.
Yeah, so that was I would say that's a normal seed, I guess. The ice rod being a little bit trolly for you, but other than that, it seemed pretty linear. Fire rod being where it was also a little iffy. Walk us through that seed.
Yeah, it took me a while until I got to that fire rod. It was in a pretty bad spot because you don't really want to go to Aga Tower if you have better options. And so I went there a bit late, but it worked out.
Yeah, and what such you not having the mitts early on might have saved you here because you were able to grab the book the second time you went up. Unfortunately, you went to Turtle Rock as opposed to checking Ether Tablet, and that turned out you could have finished a lot earlier if you went to Ether first.
Yeah, I just thought Turtle Rock is more checks, and I might even get all the way to Laser Bridge if the big key is not on the fire rod locked side, but can't guess correctly every single time.
Yeah, entire time that you and JP were pretty much neck and neck. Of course, the one thing when it came down to it, he just happened to check things in an order that was a little different. He found mitts way earlier than you did, so he was able to do he grabbed some Mario early, he did other things early, but what it came down to is when you checked Turtle Rock, it was more convenient, so he had the triple dip Darkness Mountain anyway, and that's what sent him back here. He's currently about to enter Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, I was honestly pretty worried when I picked up those mitts because I knew they were available from the beginning of the game, and it took me 50 minutes to get them.
Yeah.
But when I got the ice rod, I realized that having those mitts on your first trip up on Death Mountain might be bad because you don't have the mirror for the book.
Yep, and that's pretty much exactly what kind of happened. And what just so happened, the ice rod being on Ether, it ended up hurting JP. And kind of like earlier, I was saying that you going into ended up helping you out more because you were less inclined to go immediately back there without checking stuff. At least not without checking Ether. But yeah, GG's, man. I just got back, sorry. I was grabbing coffee.
Thanks.
But did you expect an ice rod hunt for your game 2? For Go Mode? Woo, in retro.
Not really, but I guess it happened. I've seen worse spots for the ice rod though. This one was not too bad because at least for me it was on the way back to Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm. If it wasn't there, were you going to do Spike Cave first? Or...
Nah, I probably would have just gone back into Turtle Rock because I already found the map and the compass, and I knew the big key was on right side, so there were like 9 items left that I could get, or rather 8 because I couldn't kill Trinex. Mm-hmm. So at that point, it was actually my most item-dense location in the game anyway, so I wanted to go to Turtle Rock without the ice rod and just hope I find it in there.
Yeah, chances were pretty high at that point. Worst case scenario would have been if it was at like Bombo's tablet, I think, for both of you guys.
Yeah,
but it was the scene was interesting because like just how things laid out. You guys pretty much just followed each other's footsteps until what was it? You went to Swamp while JP went to Desert Mire, and it was really hard to tell who was in the. There really wasn't a lead until both you guys finished your last dungeons prior to T-Rock, and it was just a matter of checking Overworld, you know, looking for that ice rod. So. Came down, it still could have been anyone's game. But really good set between you guys. It was fun.
Yeah, I agree. Really enjoyed playing JP.
I don't know if Rambler asked while I was gone, but what are your opinions of retro, and how did you feel about immediately finding that right at the beginning?
Well, I don't like retro too much, but that Take Any Cave in the beginning really made the seed. I loved that sword.
It was a good one. I mean, there was another. Where was the other one? In Mire? Mire and then Laser Bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So technically, it wasn't like a required sword to. Oh no, it was. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like that Take Any sword was required to get the fire in Castle Tower because you could have got your second sword from Mire.
Yeah, I think I actually went in there with Tempered Sword into Aga Tower.
Yeah, both players went in. So yeah, you already had Master Sword for Aga Tower.
So coming up for you, you've got Korek. Top 16. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, it's going to be a tough one, like every match in the brackets. So I don't really know what to expect. I'll just play some fun modes, play my best, and hope that I win.
What mode did you pick for your all's game 1? You and JP's?
Randomizer. Because I love Randomizer.
I mean, it's wacky if you like wacky.
Is there any mode other than normal and swordless that doesn't make Blur go bleh?
Well, I've been actually opening up to Key Sanity lately. Just not all dungeons Key Sanity, because that's dumb. But Key Sanity in general is it's a good time, I think.
Anyway, looking forward to tomorrow. We have at 4:30 p.m. just to answer the schedule. This Willard J something or other guy, and I've never heard. Matching up with Bonsa in the top 16. All dungeons standard, swordless, hard. Yeah, that's about normal.
That was my pick.
That's about normal for you.
Listen, I did swordless inverted last time. I was like, I don't want to do inverted again. It's just too wacky in the light world.
But all dungeons is not you, but I guess that makes sense.
You know, just from watching the Bonta Zero Rush match. Sorry, I'm taking away from talking to Dracarys, but I was like, if I can make my opponent face every single boss with just a hammer, then I feel like I have a chance to take some to gain some seconds on them. But who knows? I could be terrible tomorrow, so we'll see.
The other two matchups that are tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern, you'll have the Lane versus Pure Wong. Game 2 of their top 32 match. The Lane has a 1-0 lead. Ganon, open, randomized, normal. That's regular mode. Come on, guys.
Is that just the last year's fall tourney?
Yes, it's the fall. No, it's the last year's fall tourney. Yes, last year's fall tourney. And then at 9:30, you have Game 1 of Waiting Words vs. Clan, top 32 match. Ganon Standard randomized hard key sanity. That's the mode you wouldn't mind. You'd probably prefer swordless over randomized, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean swords are cool every now and then. I don't mind them. I like if I don't, I think swordless is fun. I don't know. I don't think people give swordless enough credit. I feel like it's the least played mode aside from retro in this tournament, in this entire tournament. In fact, I think people pick retro over swordless more.
Yeah.
I wonder why JP bombed that chest.
Probably a little frustration.
No, I understand.
Leaving blueberries behind as a gift for the remnants of Moldorm too.
But he's only adding to the meme.
Whatever.
That's bad. No.
Memes? What meme?
Yeah, this was a good race. Ice Rod Hunt though. I mean, you can only see it so many times and it'd still be interesting. So.
Can we just have the Ice Rod in Link's house every time?
Nah, I'd rather have Boots be in Link's house than Ice Rod.
Well, what's the feud is Link all glitch, overworld glitches. Anyway, yeah. So once JP finishes off, probably have a quick little chat with him, and then this is the last of the randomizer for the evening.
Well, I guess that means everyone can go play the new festive mode that just came out today.
Yeah, if you're a member of the Link to the Past randomizer Discord, you got a nice little everyone ping from Christos Owen, and announcing that the holiday winter wonderland save some reindeer or some stuff is the festive randomizer for the next week or two.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go play that, you can go play that right now. Join the Link to the Past randomizer Discord, and you'll have access.
I think the cool thing about it is, for the first time, we're getting essentially pendants in the general pool, and essentially eight crystals to get into Ganon's Tower, as opposed to the normal 7. So it's going to be interesting. All right, real quick 1-1 from JP. He's got plenty of money for these silvers. Hopefully he won't take 2 Ganon hugs like Dracarys did.
I think he only took 1, for the record.
No, he took 1 at the beginning and then 1 again on phase 4.
He had blue mail and lost 4 hearts instead of 6.
It was funny. Let me make fun of him. Come on.
Ganon
why I'm
needs
here.
some love too.
You did. And you had plenty of love to give with 17. So.
I'm still trying to figure out how that works in retro mode, because we know to take these have pieces of heart instead of heart containers. I have no idea right now.
No, they have heart containers. I think it's a heart container or a potion refill.
Then you're allowed to have like 23 hearts in retro mode.
I mean, it still caps at 20, but...
Okay, now that makes a little more sense.
No, it runs over and it gives you max hearts. Gives you, what, 255?
No,
oh no, JP, this isn't a silver arrow, but he still have plenty of money left. Finishes him off with a double. And that's going to do it. Well, I'm sure this is not the finish JP wanted, but JP, because he's in my Discord, I know him, he knew he was going to have a real fight on his hands with Dracarys, so... Still, despite the double dip T-Rock, like, this could have been a real close one. This one could have been a real close match. So, but GG's to both of these runners. They put on a great show. And of course, if you guys want to, make sure to give them a follow or support them in any way you see fit. And of course, continue to cheer on Dracarys as he continues his reign of terror through this tournament. Glad he's not on my side of the bracket, so I'm safe.
Finals, maybe? Huh?
Eh?
Anyway, if you want to go ahead, give BrewersFanJP and Dracarys follows. Go ahead and follow them on our Twitch channel. The links are in the chat. And joining us now is JP. GG's.
Yeah, GG.
GG.
I think I hate the ether tablet now.
Yeah.
Say that.
Sounds about right.
I actually just was thinking about this after the race, and in both now my spring tournament elimination and my fall tournament elimination, my go mode item that I last locationed was on Ether Tablet.
And that's unfortunate. I mean, of all the places you still left to check, Pyramid Fairy, Catfish, Graveyard Ledge, some of the other ones, and it ended up being on one of the tablets, which was extremely inconvenient because of the book that you knew where it was, but we're hoping you didn't have to go back and get. It was unfortunate that it ended up being there for you because this race was really close. I feel like outside of checking some overworld spots, I feel like JP probably would have been the first one back into T-Rock. If it had been back in there, of course, he would have been checking all of it, so it would have been real close. But
yeah, I think that the two of them left their next to last dungeon around the same time, except Dracarys went straight to Death Mountain, whereas JP knocked off things like Haunted Grove, the mirror spots on the overworld they did the first time.
And it was just kind of one of those interesting things because JP had the mitts earlier than Dracarys, so he had the mitts going up to Death Mountain, which was a good thing because he got the Cane of Samaria, but ended up being a bad thing because Dracarys had the mirror by the time he got his mitts, so he got the book when he was up there, so he was able to check Ether Tablet on his way back to T-Rock. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, I'm sure JP, you were thinking about yourself, I should just go ahead and get that book, check Ether before T-Rock, but what are the chances? What are the odds that it's there?
Yeah, I mean, it's 8 spots in Total Rock versus essentially 1 on Ether. I mean, yeah, I could have gone for it, but it just made no sense. It just made more sense to go into Total Rock and hope it was there. And
yeah. Well, the only thing that I had thrown out on your way up to T-Rock was potentially grabbing the book first before going to T-Rock, so that if it was on Ether, you could have mirrored out a laser bridge, ran around, grabbed it, back around the laser bridge. But to have that kind of hindsight would be, I feel like that still would have been a really slow play compared to just going into T-Rock and hope.
Yeah, if I'm going to grab the book before I go into Turtle Rock, I'm gonna go check the tablet first.
Oh, okay.
Just because it would make more sense. I mean, if I'm hedging my bets and going for that book, then I'm just gonna go ahead and at least use the book once before I go in there. It doesn't make sense to grab the book, then go into Turtle Rock, and then go back around, leaving a portal. I mean, I guess
it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I think just if you were just going for that whole reusing the mirror thing, then it makes sense. But outside of that, no, it makes zero sense. So I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Like if your goal is to reuse the portal, and yeah, that makes.
I just wanted to see the gimmick. Okay, that's all I want. Don't ask for much. I just want some gimmicks.
That's fair.
I asked Dracarys about this. What you picked retro mode, and the very first take any you find is the sword. So basically, it takes out having to deal with any of the rest of the take any's. What were your thoughts about that one?
Well, I mean, it was convenient. It meant I didn't have to. It meant I just didn't have to check any more of those. So I put those checks out of the way. It meant I'd save some time. I mean, I had a little hope that maybe he goes straight into Kakariko, doesn't bother with some of the take any's, and maybe that gives me a small advantage. I mean, I'll be honest, part of the reason I chose retro mode is because I noticed he hadn't played it in the tournament at all. So I figured I've played this enough that I feel comfortable with it, so I'm gonna throw it at him and see what happens. And I mean, it wasn't retro mode that got me in the end, at least. No,
it wasn't at all. Yeah, it's true. A lot of players do like to skip Lumberjack and go the escape sequence. So had either of you done that, you would have missed out on that sword and might have checked extra spots looking for it. So, but that was not the case. We both thought it was pretty funny. Basically just taking out a huge factor of retro mode instantly. We also did see you using the little bow glitch. Can you explain that? Why that does that?
I'm not 100% sure how that works. I think it's just an issue that when you get the bow, you're not supposed to be able to use the arrows without buying them. But I think there's a little glitch in the system currently right now where it doesn't work. And when I went I actually wasn't even intending to use that, but when I went to Eastern, I realized, wait, I don't have the arrows yet, so let me just make sure this works. And that's why I think I fired an arrow randomly just to make sure. And
okay, yeah. When I noticed that right in that transition, you just shot it like at the Octorok. I was like, is he trying to kill that Octorok or something? And then Rambler noticed you didn't have the arrows, and I was like, but he just shot one. I'm so confused.
Well, I mean, it was a glitch that we were all made aware of in the tournament to start, so I don't feel like I didn't feel bad for using it or anything because
no,
everyone was made aware of it, so there was no advantage to that. But still,
right? Yeah,
as far as I know, it's just a glitch of the bow. If you buy it without the arrows, you can still use arrows. But if you I was actually, as I was going through Eastern, I'm sitting here thinking like, please don't give me the silvers, because if I had gotten the silver arrows in Eastern, then I would have had to use silver arrows in Armos, which would have cost me a lot of rupees.
Yeah.
You could have sorted Armos at that point.
Ugh.
Could have been a possibility too.
Gross. Yeah, I felt like you guys did really well given the mode with your rupee counts and your key counts. I feel like JP did buy a lot of extra keys throughout, especially utilizing the one shop in East Death Mountain, which you don't get to see that often. Dracarys, did you only go to one shop, the one at Lake Hylia, and that was it? Or did you buy a couple extra keys? I don't remember.
Yeah, basically only bought them at the Lake Hylia shop. I checked the Death Mountain shop, but I never went back there.
Oh, okay.
But I was aware that there was a key shop available right outside of GT when I went in there, so I didn't feel too bad when I went in there with a single key.
Yeah, it was a little scary going in because we saw you go in there. It's like, all right, well, if Big Key is in the back somewhere, then we might be a little worrisome about key usage. But ended up being raided in Stalfo's room, so it wasn't a problem. JP, you bought a few extra on the way to GT, right? Or before going back to T-Rock?
No, I bought a few extra going into GT.
Okay.
I just bought like 2. If I actually hadn't got the 300 rupee drop from Trinex, I probably would have just gone into GT with no keys because of where my rupees were at that point. Mm-hmm. But when I got the 300, I figured, okay, I'm just going to grab 2 keys because I know you can do GT with 2 keys regardless of where everything is. So
okay.
I went and bought those 2. So at that point, I'd lost anyway, so it really didn't matter. If I, maybe if the race hadn't been over, I also might have just run straight for GT and just hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, great race from both you guys. A lot of fun to watch, despite it being an ice rod hunt at the end, which is, as I said earlier, only fun to watch every so many times. But great showing from both you guys, and good luck to Dracarys in top 16, and just a great job, JP, making it this far. What are your thoughts on your performance overall in this tournament, and compared to like your performance in previous tournaments? So I feel like we talked about, I always end up being on at least one of your where you end up getting eliminated. I'm a curse. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can blame me this time because I'm the one who wrote Willard is doing this.
Oh, that's true. Blame Rambler.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's a hard question to answer right now. I'm not feeling.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
But
no, I gotcha.
I mean, overall, this one definitely went better. Making it to top 32 after missing out top 128 in the spring tournament. I don't know. I'm conflicted, I guess, at the end. It's like, yeah, I made top 32, so I can't take that away from me. I actually did make it there. I fought my way to there, and so I do have that. But at the same time, it's like I only made it in with 8 wins. Now, granted, it was probably from top to bottom, the toughest group out there. We're the only group that had everybody with at least 6 wins. And there's a lot of other factors, but there's always these little doubts still going through my mind. It's like, what if I know some of the top players are taking this tournament off, and there's always these other little things like, what if I'd been in one of these other groups? As much as I'm trying to tell myself, hey, I made it in the top 32, I did really well. I should be happy about that. I'm trying to convince myself. It's like, that this is truly what I am capable of.
JP, every tourney you get better. So this is your best performance so far. I feel like you should. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, man. And you just gotta not worry about that kind of stuff. Like, oh, what if I've been in this? I mean, heck, if I'd been in the like, I would not be in top anything. I'd be gone. So
yeah, that's true.
You just gotta be happy with what you can do, and then just take that, keep playing the game. You know, keep working on execution. Come back stronger in the next journey, and just have fun with it. So.
Yeah, just remember, it's all about fun. Just casual gaming.
And now you can go play the Festive Seed.
Yeah, I will say that's the nice thing about being done is that I've been putting off a lot of other games I've wanted to play for a while, so it's going to be nice to take maybe a little bit of a break, catch up on some other games, and then come back stronger as the next tournament gets closer.
Yep, looking forward to it. All right, guys. Well, if either of you have any last words, at least I'm all out of words, other than GG's to both you guys.
Thanks for the commentary and for tracking.